Good evening. Call the Hawarden, Iowa City Council to order on Wednesday, November 24th, 2021, 5:30 p.m. All council members are here. John on phone. Staff here other than Carol. If you wish to address the council tonight, open business from the community on agenda number 1C. Limit your comments, please, to 5 minutes. First standard agenda item, approval of the November 10th, 2021 regular city council meeting minutes. Also the special council meeting minutes from November 17th, 2021.
So moved.
There's been a motion by Rob. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Jen. Any questions? All in favor of those minutes, say aye.
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 Those opposed? Passes 5-0. Next, we'll move to claims for payment for today. Rob, any questions?
No questions.
Jen?
No questions.
John, questions?
No questions.
Okay, thank you. Travis?
None, thank you.
Tim?
No, so moved.
There's been a motion by Tim. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Jen. All in favor then of approval of claims for payment for November 24th, say aye.
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 Those opposed?
Abstain.
That passes 4 with 1 abstention. Open business from the community. Hearing none, we'll move to the mayor's report. Congratulations to the West Sioux High School football team, their coaches, cheerleaders, and stat persons. They completed a wonderful, exciting season, and we thank them for their dedication and commitment leading to their success. We can all learn from their hard work ethics, which led them to the championship game. I hope that everyone gets to enjoy the Thanksgiving holiday and weekend with family and friends. Please take time for yourselves to relax and enjoy those around you. Perhaps you can take a walk on our rec trail, a walk at Oak Grove, or enjoy the lake at the Big Sioux Recreation Area, taking time to reflect on the beauty of nature. Catherine Pulser's quote about Thanksgiving is this: give thanks not just on Thanksgiving Day, but every day of your life. Appreciate and never take for granted all that you have. We'll move to staff reports, and we'll start with Jacob, please.
We are wrapping up all the reports that are due December 1st for the state of Iowa. I've got one last one that I'm working on with IPERS. That one is not due by then, but that's a last audit that I'm working on for right now. And then we're going to get thick into the budget right after that.
Okay. Thank you. Travis?
We're close to the end of our post-closure at the old City Hall landfill north of town. The last few years we've had issues getting a good water sample due to the lack of water in our test wells. Those wells are almost 30 years old. So we need to have water in those test wells to get good samples to continue our baseline of contaminants. With correspondence with the Iowa DNR and Evora Consulting, they're the ones who handle our testing and inspections. They've recommended we install new test wells next to the 5 problem wells, 1 through 5. And in addition, they recommend we install a test well south of the city-owned land to ensure no leakage has migrated outside the property. This property is owned by Robert Dale, and I've talked to him, and he's agreed to sign a 5-year easement allowing the city to place a test well on his property and to test the water twice a year. The area we picked for the test well is down the hill on a terrace, so it won't interfere with his farming. He was happy that we're doing our due diligence to ensure no contaminants were migrating from the landfill. Evora is confident that with a clean test of the new well site and the other new wells, that post-closure of the landfill could be completed at the end of 2023, and that's really what we're striving to get to. The price estimate for the new well placements are $27,580. The current testing that we do annually is $14,210. So if we can get to this post-closure, then all we have to do is a visual inspection and maintain a cap, and that visual inspection is every 2 years. So, we virtually have zero cost once we get to the final closure. So these test wells are needed, and we're going to proceed as we have to. So I just wanted to keep everybody informed on what's going on. So
2023 is kind of the,
yeah, that's if all our tests are good up until then, and of course we'd submit those findings to the Iowa DNR. They have final say, but that's what we're shooting for.
okay, thank you. Mike?
Longline sent a couple of texts down on Tuesday to meet with Ron and look over the CO building to kind of map out a plan for moving our video to a digital format and also improving the speeds of our existing system. They haven't sent a report back yet, but I assume that'll be coming in the next week or two. We did receive 6 new computers from the state of Iowa. They notified each community that they were allowing up to $10,000 for the use for updating computers. They're using COVID money for that. So all we had to do was put in our order. We've received those, and they get billed directly to the state of Iowa. So once we get Catalyst to get those set up, we'll get them put out and replace some of the old ones that are out there.
Okay, thank you. Jim, anything from your spot?
Nothing.
Okay, Corey?
I'm just hoping everybody has a happy Christmas, and those that are traveling, travel safe, and getting ready for the Christmas parade here.
Good. Any questions of staff or council comments, please?
Those wells that you have to cap them all then when they're done, or do they keep them open? Or
Yeah, well, they're going to drill probably within 5 feet of the existing ones, and they'll just cap the old ones.
they never fill them in or anything after we're done? They're going to keep that for,
Um,
I'm just wondering what.
Possibly at the end of the closure, we may have to fill them with bentonite, but they said they would just cap the old ones next to it. So we'll take a look at that when it's time.
Anything else? Move on then to other agenda items. Third reading of Ordinance 740, amending the zoning ordinance of the city of Hawarden. You want to give an overview again, please?
Yeah, as I said in the last couple of meetings, we've been getting, over the last few years, building permits from people that want an auxiliary structure, for example, that's more than 1,000 square feet, or they want to do something, build something different. We can't send any of that to BZA because it's not specified in our ordinance. And so the changes that we made, we met with planning and zoning, and the changes that are made they are in agreement with, will give us more tools to send to the Board of Zoning Adjustment for variance approvals. It'll ultimately wind up with them on whether they can approve certain things or not.
Is there a roll call, or excuse me, is there a motion for the third reading of Ordinance 740?
So moved.
Moved by Jen. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Tim. Roll call vote then, please, for third reading of Ordinance 740.
Kurth.
Aye.
Bergsma.
Aye.
Feldhacker.
Aye.
Olson.
Aye.
Clucky.
Aye.
On a 5-0 roll call vote, third reading of Ordinance 740 passes. Next agenda item, possible action on hiring of a city administrator. We have received a total of 14 applicants for the city administrator position. After reviewing those, did an interview, and at this point, council members, we need to know if you wish to review the list of existing applicants to see if there are others you would like to interview, perhaps re-advertise the position to see if there's an attraction of any new applicants, pursue a contract with the applicant that was interviewed. At this point, those are kind of the discussion items for tonight for that. So what would be the will of the council with this?
I guess from what I observed and looked at, one is very qualified and just kind of stands out from the rest of them. And even during the interview process, I still felt that way. So I think
I would agree completely with that.
And as we stated, the number 2 was quite a bit further down the list as far as qualifications.
Right.
So,
Okay. Tim, any
I'm
thoughts?
on board with that too.
So then, if the council wishes to pursue filling that position and having the committee then negotiate the contract, we would need a motion and a second with a roll call vote and the naming of the person.
I would make them, we'll have to name the person.
Huh?
You'll have to name the person.
Oh. I don't know whether.
I would make a motion that we explore a contract with Wanda Woodley.
There's been a motion and a second to pursue Wanda Woodley to fill the position of the city administrator and to direct the management committee then to begin negotiations on a contract with her. Motion by Travis, and a second by Tim. Further questions or clarifications? Jacob, would we ask for a roll call vote for that motion and second, please?
Bergsma,
Aye.
Feldhacker,
Aye.
Clucky,
aye.
Kurth,
Aye.
Olson.
Aye.
On a 5-0 roll call vote, we will then start that process. Okay. Thank you for all of your input and your time with all of those applicants. Agenda item number 5 would be an approval of the new joint city and county election precinct agreement. This is new to us. Give us an overview with that, Mike.
We had to do this back in 2010 when they do a new census. They review the population and you have to redistrict. Hawarden is under the threshold for redistricting itself, so then we have to come together with the county on a new election precinct agreement. In the new precinct agreement, what they look at the surrounding population with the different townships. The major thing you're going to see with this one is Chatsworth will now come up here to vote in Hayward instead of have their own. They took out part of one of the townships and added another part of another one. So basically for the citizens of the community, they won't notice anything different.
Is there a motion for the approval of the new joint city and county election precinct agreement?
So moved.
Moved by Jen. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Tim. All in favor, then, the approval of the new joint city and county election precinct agreement, say aye.
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 Those opposed? That passes 5-0. Tonight, we do not have any consent agenda items. Our next regularly stated meeting then will be held Wednesday, December the 8th. Is there a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Moved by Jen. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Rob. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
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 Those opposed? Thank you for your time tonight.